On 12 News Weekend, a breakthrough in the battle against MS.
It's a big deal for our patients that we've had many patients who have been waiting for this treatment.
Meet the Brooklyn Park teen on the receiving end of a new drug. Plus, an increasing number of people choosing to rent rather than buy. We look at the trend of lifestyle renters. But first, get ready for a big change in your commute. 12 News Weekend starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us on 12 News Weekend. Brace yourself for a big change on Monday.
Drivers who use I-494 will notice it right away. Come Monday, there will be only 3 lanes of traffic open. During the Monday morning rush hour, there will be 2 southbound lanes open, but only 1 northbound lane. Then during the evening rush hour, 2 northbound lanes will be open, but just 1 southbound lane. The 3-lane situation is north of Highway 55 to the I-94-694 split. It will be that way every day through fall.
7 to 10 days after a closure or a traffic switch are always the most challenging. So if people just be patient. It takes people that long to kind of figure out the detours, to figure out their own schedules, where to go, what to do next, and just to be patient.
Several entrance and exit ramps will be closed as well. Check MnDOT's website for updates.
Golden Valley is working to ease congestion at one of the city's busiest intersections. At rush hour, getting onto Highway 55 from Winnetka can take a while. Golden Valley has been working with MnDOT and Hennepin County to figure out ways to expand turn lanes and update traffic signals to reduce the wait to turn onto Highway 55. The $1.8 million project is set to get underway in June, and it should be finished up by the fall. Golden Valley, Crystal, and New Hope are working together to fix a water problem.
You may remember that big sinkhole that developed in Robbinsdale. Well, now Golden Valley, Crystal, and New Hope want to make sure it doesn't happen again. The date was June 2013, and a massive sinkhole opened up right in the middle of 42nd Avenue in Robbinsdale. The culprit was a broken 36-inch water main.
So we're moving forward because we just can't risk any more sinkholes like that at $300,000 to $400,000 a hole.
Randy Klepper is Crystal's utility superintendent. He says that water main runs from Minneapolis through Robbinsdale and provides Crystal, New Hope, and Golden Valley with water. And if the 2013 sinkhole wasn't enough, the pipe broke again last year, opening yet another massive hole in Robbinsdale.
So we did some analysis, structural analysis of the pipe, and found out that basically 9% of it is compromised, and the cost to go in and try to make spot repairs would far exceed the cost of replacing the pipe.
As a result, the 3 cities have teamed up to replace the pipe at the cost of $5.7 million.
It's going to help us to make sure that we're able to safely get our water without all these breaks.
Tuesday night in Golden Valley,
Councilmember Klassen?
Yes.
The city council voted unanimously to pay for their share of the repair.
Because we have to get this done. We cannot do without this line. So we're hoping that the legislature does help us out. If not, it will impact ratepayers, but it's maintenance work that has to be done.
It's important work which will not only ensure that Golden Valley, Crystal, and New Hope have water, but it's work that city staff members hope will prevent any future sinkholes from disrupting Robbinsdale's way of life.
When that pipe broke, some of that water backed up into some of their residents' homes, and we just have to avoid this.
It's our neighbor, and as being good neighbors, we really can't be impacting their business and the traffic through their city.
Work on the pipeline will begin in about 2 weeks. It will continue throughout the summer with an expected completion date of August 15th.
Meanwhile, in Brooklyn Park, plans are coming together for a new office park and grocery store near Highway 610. Farmland south of Highway 610 and Zane Avenue would turn into a business park and Hy-Vee grocery store. The Planning Commission is recommending approval of a zoning change to allow the project to move forward. A Hy-Vee representative says the grocery store could bring anywhere from 400 to 600 new jobs for the city.
In our Week in Review, Brooklyn Park residents challenged plans for a proposed nightclub. The potential owner wants to open a nightclub inside the Creekside Plaza strip mall on 85th Avenue. It would be right next door to a daycare. Neighbors are concerned about noise, traffic, and crime. The city's planning commission is recommending denial of the project. The city council will have the final say. In Brooklyn Center, a project 4 years in the making is finally becoming a reality. The city broke ground on a new amphitheater behind City Hall. It will be a place for concerts, plays, and veterans memorial activities. The $500,000 project is being funded entirely by donations. A fundraising committee is selling pavers to raise funds. The project should be complete in about 3 months. If you ride Maple Grove Transit, you may notice something different about the look of your bus. Maple Grove is testing bus wrap advertising to help provide additional revenue. Transit officials are hoping to hear how riders like the advertising before expanding it. Well, if you build it, they will come. At least that's what developers say about high-end apartment complexes.
It's due to a growing number of so-called lifestyle renters, people who are choosing to rent rather than own. High-end apartment complexes like this one in Golden Valley are hot properties. They offer hotel-like living for people who would rather rent than own, people also called lifestyle renters. It's a phrase that has also surfaced in Brooklyn Park.
We're hearing from the development community that we are underserved in the area of providing housing for lifestyle renters.
This summer, work could begin on the first apartment complex built in Brooklyn Park since the early 90s.
We do have a proposal coming forward called 610 West, and their market is to serve the lifestyle renter, the folks that are really looking for hotel-like living, high amenity packages, condo-like construction quality. Really choosing to rent instead of owning a home.
In Maple Grove, rental properties by way of single-family homes are also a hot commodity.
Maple Grove is a big area. We rent houses really fast in Maple Grove.
CEO of Renters Warehouse Kevin Ortner says people value mobility and not being tied to a mortgage.
I like to tell people we're now living in what I like to call the renter nation. There's just really been a mind shift on people from who used to want to buy a home to now they're looking at renting as an option.
Renters Warehouse acts like a professional landlord, managing homes and collecting rent. Ortner recommends 3 ways to make the most of your rent, starting with making sure you get in the rental property that is right for you.
As you're doing your homework and doing that research, find out what's important to you as a renter. What do you want in your home, and make sure that you're targeting something that has what you need, but maybe doesn't have more than what you want, and you're going to save a little bit of money.
Then know there's better deals if you rent in the dead of winter than if you rent right now, when a home moves off the rental market in about 10 days' time.
This is the competitive time of year. We're coming into spring.
And finally, negotiate to get the deal you want.
If you want to save $50 to $100 a month on the rent, offer to be in the property for longer term. Sign a 2 or 3 year lease versus just a 1-year lease. That has a lot of advantages to owners.
Another piece of advice, research online so you know what comparable properties are renting for in the area where you're shopping. Coming up on 12 News Weekend, a young Brooklyn Park man given new hope in his battle against multiple sclerosis.
Then later in sports, Osseo pro boxer Caleb Truax prepares for a shot at a title.
But first, not a manic Monday, but rather a pleasant one. That's good to hear. It will feel like spring again. A new breakthrough drug is giving new hope to MS patients.
A Brooklyn Park teen is the first in Minnesota to get the treatment, and a Golden Valley clinic is the only one in the state approved to administer the drug. Sonny Goins has more.
I was really good at sports.
Charles Frazier played basketball and football for Osseo Senior High School, but multiple sclerosis sidelined him.
I wouldn't say I can't play sports, but I can't play sports as well.
In January 2014, he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of MS. He was only 18 years old at the time.
Blurry vision, loss of balance, coordination, back pain.
MS causes the immune system to attack the central nervous system, impacting brain, nerve, and spinal cord functions.
My admin teachers called me into the office and they were like, oh, the teacher was kind of concerned about you walking, so we're going to do a breathalyzer test. They thought I was drunk.
Charles was in and out of the hospital, struggling with the disease.
It's just like a fight that me and MS are having.
He also had to fight hard to keep up with his schoolwork.
I graduated with high honors, a 3.5 GPA, and still going to the hospital almost every other day, missing school.
Later on, he had another reason to celebrate.
And it's a big deal for our patients that we've had many patients who have been waiting for this treatment.
Doctors told him he could get the new drug, Limtrada.
Limtrada is unique in it seems to reset the immune system. It almost like it reboots the immune system.
The drug is shown to not only put MS in remission, but it also helps to improve people's disabilities.
We're going to look at your MRIs at about 3 months' time.
Okay.
Charles is getting his first round of IV treatments this week.
It's saving my life, giving me my teenage life back. So I'm just real hopeful and blessed.
It's been an emotional ride for Charles and his family.
You can cry if you want to, honey.
But these were tears of joy.
Just to see him happy and positive, and every day that he feels good, it's a great day.
Charles is determined to get back what MS took away.
We're going to beat MS, and that's what I plan on doing. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep fighting back.
Sunny Goins reporting. The drug is administered by IV for only 5 days the first year, and the following year it's given for 3 days. Charles won't know the results of the drug for about 6 months. Good luck to him. Hope for the best.
Remarkable young man.
Well, coming up, a spring sight bird lovers won't want to miss.
But first, Champlin Park basketball star JT Gibson is honored at his school. That's coming up in sports with Jay Wilcox.
Welcome back. Jay's here now at sports, so the basketball season may be finished, but the awards are coming in now.
That's right, and this guy we're going to talk about, he's got to make room for a few of them this year, and definitely had a great season. The Champlin Park boys basketball team went undefeated until a loss in the state class 4A championship game against Apple Valley. The Rebels' top player, JT Gibson, was honored at the school as he was officially presented with his Mr. Basketball award by Ken Lean from the Mr. Basketball Committee. The award goes to the top senior boys player in the state each season. Gibson averaged 19 points and 4.5 assists, and it's a great feeling to be Mr. Basketball.
It was very special just to be honored to win this award. As I looked at the names of some of the players who won, it's a great list. Just to be a part of that, it feels so good. And to have my family and friends to come out and support me, also a great feeling. This season was very special just because, you know, we're like best of friends on and off the court with each other. So just to play together and to win a lot of games, it was overall a great season just to have.
Gibson is the second player from the area in 3 years to win the award. Quentin Hooker of Park Center was Mr. Basketball in 2013. Gibson will play college basketball next year at Nebraska Omaha. Wayzata's boys tennis team won the state class AA title for a second straight season last spring. The top-ranked Trojans opened their season this week on the road against the preseason second-ranked team in Class AA, Mounds. Highlights from first doubles, Nick Kasner and Steele Kowalczyk in the near court for Wayzata, and they win a good point here when the return is just long, but the Mustangs duo wins the match. Second doubles, Dennis Conberg serves for Wayzata, and Andrew Tang rips the return winner down the line for Mounds. Same match with the Trojans pair in the near court now. Sam Schneider gets a point at the net for Wayzata, but the Mounds team takes this match as well. Three singles, Karthik's Papasetti in the far court for Wayzata. He gets his opponent on the run and delivers an overhead winner for a point. The Mustangs' Abraham Cole comes back with a forehand winner from the baseline, but Papasetti wins the match in 3 sets, and Wayzata takes it 5-2. A former Cooper High School basketball star is hoping his next landing spot is in the NBA. Rashad Vaughn, shown here this past season at Nevada, Las Vegas, announced he will declare for the NBA draft. Vaughn, number 1, finished his freshman year averaging 17.6 per game. He led UNLV in scoring and was named the Mountain West Conference Freshman of the Year. He missed the team's final 9 games, though, with torn cartilage in his knee. Vaughn played 3 years at Cooper before going to Finley Prep School in Las Vegas for his senior year. Pro boxer Caleb Truax is in training right now for the biggest fight of his career. The Osseo native will square off against Danny Jacobs on April 24th for the WBA middleweight title. Here's Jason Lillo with more.
Fighting for the WBA middleweight championship is certainly a seize-the-moment opportunity for Caleb Truax. But beyond that,
to me, it's just another fight, man. I don't get too wrapped up in the world title thing. Obviously, it's a great thing to have, as far as being able to, bragging rights, and actually it's great for, will be great for my financial, status. But no, it's just another fight to me. I'm working harder and putting a little bit more time in the gym because I know it's a great fighter I'm fighting against, and it's a little bit longer fight than I'm used to, 12 rounds instead of 10. But just another fight.
Over 28 professional fights, Truax has proved to be a tough and durable boxer with pretty good power. But Truax's opponent on April 24th, Danny Jacobs, is also a hard hitter. Jacobs has won by knockout in 25 of his 28 fights.
He's real athletic. He'll kind of jump in and out and use that to his advantage. And a good fighter with good timing can kind of negate that just by movement and timing. So that's what my plan is to do.
The Truax-Jacobs fight is part of the Premier Boxing Champion Series, which was created by the reclusive but very well-connected promoter Al Heyman. Heyman signed on as an advisor to Truax about a year ago, and the benefits of that relationship run deep.
There's plenty of budget for me to bring sparring partners in here, or if I wanted to go to camp in California or to Las Vegas, I could do that as well. So I'm at a position where I wasn't at earlier in my career, you know, where there's a little bit more money behind me, you know, I can have some more luxuries.
This is an exciting time to be an up-and-coming middleweight. The division is stacked with some of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. And for Caleb Truax, a win on April 24th could set him up for an eventual shot at some of those elite fighters. Jason Malillo, 12 Sports.
Truax's fight is at the University of Illinois Chicago Pavilion April 24th, and it will be broadcast live on Spike TV. So definitely a great opportunity for him as his career progresses.
It's great to see him doing so well.
That's right.
Thanks, Jay. Up next, one of the finest sights of the spring.
A big attraction for devoted bird lovers when we come back.
And finally, for a group of bird watchers in Brooklyn Park, it's a sure sign of spring.
A pair of ospreys have returned to their nest high above the Coon Rapids Dam Regional Park. They build their nest on an electric tower and return every year like clockwork. Bird watchers like Russell Ames are there to record the milestones every year, from the day they arrive to the birth of young chicks and when they leave again for separate winter destinations.
They go on vacation, we say, he flies to South America and she goes someplace else. They don't go together. And she usually comes back anywhere from 2 to 3 days after he comes. And he'll come back and reclaim his territory, and then she'll come back up and they'll mate and have their babies up there.
Well, Ames says he knows they go to different places in the winter because they're banded and tracked. This year they arrived in Minnesota just 1 day before last year's arrival. So
that just proves you need a break.
Yeah, I guess.
Everybody needs a break. They go to separate continents.
And then they come back and they mate and they leave again.
And it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. There you go.
It's all the news for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll have a nice weekend. We'll see you again Monday at 4.